Hello everyone, welcome to Tech Sharmit. In this session, we are going to talk about the services command. Prior to this session, we talked about the introduction part or the theoretical part related to Angular services. And from today, we are going to start with the practical wisdom, where we are going to talk about how to create services in Angular, what are the possible commands or possible ways to create the services in Angular. Okay, and also after creating the services, we will talk about the structure of the file that is created after creating the services. Okay, so these all things we are going to discuss in this particular session. But before we proceed further with this session, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released session first, because they all are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow them sequentially, then it would be much more easier for you to understand the topic and to implement the core concept in your projects. Okay, and for following the session in a proper way, you can refer the Tech Sharmit digital course book, which is present in a description box, and it is completely free for all of you. Okay, so you can just simply use it. Alright, so let's get forward, and here you can see we have Angular 19 course. We have one heading that shows Angular 19 course by Tech Sharmit. After this, we will put another heading that will show H2. Here we will put the title name, like what is the title for today's session. So today's title is Angular, or you can say commands to create services in Angular with file structure introduction. Okay, so this is our whole agenda. We are going to talk about the commands to create the services in Angular with file structure introduction. So this is our main purpose of this session. Okay, so whenever there is a need to create a command, there are multiple commands. There are long way command, there are shortcut commands, there are some command through which you can skip the unnecessary thing. So these all things we will discuss one by one. So first command we are going to talk here, let me put it in a paragraph so that if someone is taking notes, they can make use of it. Okay, so command 1, this is called long way command. Okay, so if you want to create a service, what you can do, you can simply write here ng generate. Okay, generate, ng generate, then you have to write service, then your service name. So let's say I want to create a service with a name service1. Okay, so in that case you can write here service1. This service is not mandatory, this is just a name, you can change it if you need, and this is the keyword. Okay, so let's try this command. So to try this command, what I'll do now, I'll use this is just for that your notes purpose. Okay, this is not the command, we have just noted it down. Now to run this, let's go to the terminal. Here we will execute it. So ng generate service, then service1, and press enter. So once you press enter, it will take few seconds, and then now you can see it created two files. One is service1.service.spec.ts and another one is service1.service.ts. If you want to check it, you can see here it is created in the app folder only, service1.service.spec.ts. so this is just a test file which we rarely use, and I'm sure we are not going to touch this in the upcoming sessions also. You can simply ignore it for now. Later if needed, I'll explain you how to use it, but for now we are not going to touch it. Okay, second file is this service1.service.ts. this is main file. Here we will do whatever we are going to build logic or something, it will come inside this file. I'll tell you about these things also, but prior to that, let's talk about all the commands. Okay, so with this command, which is a long command, we created a service1, and it comes in an app folder. But suppose if you want to create the service but in a particular folder, then what to do? So in that case, we will use the second command. I'll tell you what is it. So command 2 colon, then we will write here ng, which is Angular generate, then we will write here service, then service2, but this time we want to create it in a folder now, so we will write here my folder 1. Okay, then slash and then you can put the name of the service you want to create. So I want to create it as a service 2 with the name service 2, and you can give it a name BR tag, just to show you as a notes. Okay, perfect. So this is ready. Now what we will do, we will simply run this command here. So, and don't think that you have to write it here also. This is just for your notes purpose. Okay, we are just noting down all the services here so that you can refer it later. For now we have to just write here ng generate service my folder 1 / service 2, and then simply press enter. So once you press enter, it will simply create this folder here, and in this folder we have the same two files for service 2, service2.spec.ts and service2.ts. Okay, now the question comes, like, we know that this is the file which we are rarely used, right? We are not using it. So is there any way to skip this part? Yes, we have. I'll tell you how. So to skip this thing, what you can do, you can simply write here command 3, which will go like this: ng Angular generate service, let's say my folder 2 / service let's say 3, then we will put BR tag over here. And if you want to skip it, so you will write -- skip -tests. Okay, so this command will help us to create the service file without the test file. Let me show you how. So just simply write the same command here: generate service, there should be a space, generate service my folder which one, 2. Okay, my folder 2 and service 3, I guess, service 3, then -- skip -tests. Okay, and then simply press enter. So once you press enter, it will take few seconds and it will create a new folder. You can see here my folder is created, and in this my folder only one file is there, that is service3.service.ts. So with this command, what we did, we skipped that part where it create the test file also. Okay, so if you don't want to use it, you can simply skip it with this thing: -skip -tests. Okay, perfect. So I think long format commands are clear to all of you. Now we will talk about, because we all are developer, we have to do lots of things. We have to create the product, test the product, deliver the product, right? So we can't wait we can't waste the time on these long commands, right? So there are some shortcut commands also. I'll tell you how to use it. Okay, so here you can write command 4, and the same thing you will do, but with a few words only. ng, where G can be replaced with generate, S is service, and then name of service. So let's say I want to create service 4. Okay, so we will repeat all these 3 commands, but in a short way. So you can see ng G S service 4. So here we will write BR tag, and then you can simply, let me copy paste it just to save the time. And you can see once I press enter, it created the service 4, sorry, and you can see both files created, because here we have not skipped the test file, right? Perfect. Now let's go to HTML again, and okay, BR is wrong. Fine. Now we will talk about command 5, I guess. Yeah, 5. Then we will write here ng G S service. I'll tell you how to create in a folder. Okay, so folder 3, and the service name, let's say service 5, and then simply press enter. Let's copy paste it from here just to save the time. So this is the same command. Let me clear it first, otherwise you will not see. Yeah, okay, so when I press enter, it will create the folder. You can see folder 3 is created, and in this folder 3 we have service 5. Okay, so you can see and compare it with above 2 commands. So these are the same command, just we are using it in a short way, and usually we prefer short way because we have to do so many things, right? Okay, let's talk about the next command, that is command 6, which is nothing but to skip the test file. which is the same also, nggs, then my folder 3 slash service 6, and here this time we will skip the test file. So hyphen skip skips tests. Okay, so this is the command which we want to skip. So you can simply copy this from here and paste it over here and press enter. So it will create the folder 3. Oh, I think we again put folder 3, so no worries, like you can see it is created in the folder 3 because it is already existing. I think it is good because you know that if the folder is already there, so it will add the file in that folder. So you can see only one file is added, that is service6.service.ts. Clear? So these are the all possible commands that you can run in order to, these are the frequently used command, I would say, and usually what I will refer in the upcoming session is this command. I think this one, yeah, we will follow this one. If you want to skip test, that is also fine, we can use it. So either 5th command or 6th command we will use because it is less time consuming. Okay, file is created. Now we will talk quickly about the file structure. So here in this file structure, the structure is very simple and straightforward. Firstly, we are using injectable from Angular core. That this is you can consider it as just as a tool. Okay, so this will help us to use inject decorator, and whenever you find this inject decorator in a class in a file, then you can simply say that it is a service file, because through this injectable only we will find out that yes, this is the service file. Okay, then we have this provided in, that means with option root, that means this service file is applicable for entire application. That means you can utilize this service from anywhere. Okay, you can share it across the multiple platforms and components. Okay, fine. Then we have this export class service, service6 service, that is just a class name, and then we have this constructor inside this class where we will write the logic, and I'll tell you in examples like how to use constructor and all. And constructor we already covered in one of the sessions, so you can simply refer from the Sharmit digital coursebook. Okay, so I hope this session is clear to all of you, where we talked about the commands that can help us to create the services and the structure of the file. See you in the next session with new topics. So thank you for watching Sharmit.